Hello friends, as promised we now present to you the audio kook reading of Path of Illusion. We'll be reading from installment X posted on November 10th. Read along if you like, or sit back, smoke a joint, chug some wine, and have a laugh with us. As now we present to you Path of Illusion installment X in comedy surround sound. So we're supposed to be reading this audio kook version, is it? Are we cooking this book? Is it a cookbook? Anyway, so me and my friend here are gonna start out reading for you. Okay, so first I have to learn how to read. Give me just a second. Okay, so I just learned how to read. Okay, super. So I'll start. Victor Solomon slows his running pace from an intense concrete-pounding dash. The need to check his heart rate grows. He places his index and middle fingers against the blood vessels, pulsating within his neck. What sort of book is this? Victor understands the resting rate is more accurate. Is he like a doctor or something? But the man running slightly ahead, his father, won't stop or slow down in the slightest to allow for that. What do you think about that, my friend?
Victor, you deserve a medal for your valor, having been shot in the line of duty and all.
Victor keeps pace best he can, finding it hard to converse and run simultaneously. Reward
is unimportant.
Jeremiah slows down so that Victor can understand his words clearly.
Reward is everything.
Hey, I'm supposed to say that. Hold on. Reward is everything. Why else would you choose to be a real specialist? I mean, besides being frail and weak athletically? No son of mine should have been shot. But since you are, we have to make the best of it. I'm calling in everyone. Intermediate will show the world what a hero you are. So Jeremiah runs another half block before realizing Victor has stopped to sit on a park bench, probably on a hobo. Without slowing, Jeremiah turns about to talk to his son.
What are you sulking for?
Unwilling to slow down, Jeremiah jogs in place like a tool while talking, and Victor's arms are rest crossed on his knees.
I already told you it wasn't just me who stopped that bomber. Simon Moore was integral in bringing him down.
Jeremiah accepts by now that his workout is over because Victor just likes to talk. Lowering himself to Victor's lower level by sitting next to him by the bum on the bench, he's gonna say something like, "You need to disassociate yourself from that man, Victor. The sooner the better." So, Victor knows the futility of arguing with his father. The best he can do is almost agree.
Moore is Renee's baggage. As her partner and I have no other choice but to back her up.
Jeremiah pats Victor on the shoulder. So, why exactly are you still answering to a woman? Hey, what the fuck is his problem? Oh, I better calm down for a second. Victor chokes down disdain at Jeremiah's ape-like statement by drawing in a deep breath of oxygen flowing through the surrounding trees.
Chain of command is important. Renee's accomplishments have more than merited her position in the Bureau.
You do remember the scandal she was involved in, or that she pulled off releasing Moore temporarily because her brother is warden of the phalanx? Confused, Victor raises a brow to his smirking father.
Temporarily?
Let's not lie to ourselves in this matter, Victor. The Bureau, the world, cannot allow a man such as Simon Moore to walk free. Because for some reason, I just got an accent. Believe me when I said, the instant he catches the angel of wrath, the dark pit that awaits his return with open arms, the pit of fury sends the both at their feet. Victor, unable to stomach the truth anymore, silently parts ways.
The truth is undeniable. There is no running from it. The medal ceremony is tomorrow night. Be there. For God's sakes, wear a suit.
I think that was my part, but that's okay. Jeremiah's voice fades with each step, becoming completely drowned out by the ringtone of Victor's cell. your turn. Hello.
Renee, good to hear your voice, too. I am feeling much better after my leave. Thank you. Where do we need to meet? Another victim? I'll be there in an hour.
Victor looks to the sky, rolling his eyes, clicking the end. Okay, back to work, I guess. Oh, that was your line, sorry. Meanwhile, a million miles away at like a church or something.
Sorry, dude. I'm like way too high for this right now, man. So like individuals throughout history, man, they like believe that the eyes are the window into the soul. I see them as a wall to the heart, and that's pretty deep, man, honestly.
Simon can't help but feel a tinge of familiarity, bearing witness to the corpse hanging upside down. Right palm on his abdomen, back left palm against his spine, bound together by chains. Where's Lois when I need a drink? The message becomes clear that the angel of wrath is a worshipper of Simon. The question being, how did he know of this torture technique? Probably from the bedroom. Such things were confined to the unwritten pages of history and Sports Illustrated. Brian, bring me the Sports Illustrated. Unknown to anyone other than the World Church, Simon and the dead. Ooh, that's scary. The missing eyes are a telltale his mission is about to become far more complicated. No, Stewie. No, go away. Simon patches together the bodily remnant being built of clockwork organs within his mind's eye. Ooh, that's crazy. What was the end game? It would be proper in order for Simon to stay ahead of the curve drawn out before him. Like driving off a cliff. What information was he missing? Without solid proof, his conclusions mean nothing. Connections were forming, but none held together under the iron grip of reason. Simon struggles to keep the updated knowledge to himself until the timing is right, or he's really drunk and just blurts it out. Anyone with such awareness of his background could have infiltrated the highest ranks of the World Church, the Bureau, to anywhere below. From this point forward, silence was Simon's only ally. Say that 3 times fast. No one can be trusted, even Renee.
Have you no sympathy for the dead?
Renee writes details of this scene in a notepad. An oddity to her peers, given that she'd never learned how to write. Or the advances in handheld technology over the years, is what I meant. However, this was her preferred method.
Man, I don't know what the hell Peter Griffin's doing here, but I must be smoking some hardcore shit, man. Oh yeah, the line. Simply an observation specialist, a poetic understanding of the situation at hand. The pastor's eyes have been surgically removed. Man, that would hurt. There's nothing poetic about that.
You know, Simon, why are you asking why I'm here? I'm a legitimate cartoon character who loves to just pop up wherever I want. Anyway, so Simon draws Renee's attention to the entrance of the cathedral.
Victor?
Her face lights up at the sight of her partner. I have been brought up to speed on all events since my injury. I have to admit, the trouble with Amanda Jones was hard to swallow. Renee scans Victor up and down. Ooh, it's getting titillating. Gripping near his bullet wound hard enough to make him wince. Hey, damn it. Renee walks a 360 orbit, poking him with her note-taking pen? Jesus, my glasses are broken. All the while, Victor keeps an uneasy gaze on her movements, jumping every time a prod is introduced.
Just want to make sure those stiffs with ill-earned doctorates haven't soiled my handiwork.
Renee, we really don't have time For this? He brushes past so that he can shake hands with his good buddy Simon. Good to see you're still in the game. What the hell is wrong with that guy? Simon nods outwardly because he's talking to a dumbass, quite literally. Inwardly, what's going on here? Jesus, what a... Pulling his attention away from the event swirling into a coming storm sooner than he had anticipated.
The competition never rests, man.
Victor pulls Simon away from earshot of Renee. First, I wanted to thank you for watching her back while I've been gone. But it's important to know if you've had any more visions of Keelborn. Looking over Victor's shoulder at Renee before answering.
Only one, man. But Renee is aware of the danger at hand, man.
Wait! You
Don't
told
interrupt
her?
me, man.
Wait! Why did you do that? Simon looks to the floor, scratching the back of his head.
It's important to inform someone of imminent danger descending upon them, too. I know you're concerned for her after what we've been through. I do believe she is beginning to trust me, man.
If she follows Simon along with this insanity, you're the one responsible for anything that happens to her.
I'm not crazy, I'm just high, man. Everyone is responsible for their own actions, Victor. Not once have I maneuvered the needs of an individual to suit my own. I must admit, I'm proud she decided to commit despite the danger that is sure to come.
Renee waves them over to compare notes. Victor blocks the way to get a last word in. No matter what happens to her, I'm holding you accountable. Simon agrees.
I won't let any harm befall your partner, man. I think it's best not to keep her waiting, Vogue.
The cathedral-turned crime scene was cleared of all nuns, clergymen, and maintenance crews. Various specialists carry on with their assigned duties.
We've been informed the victim is Pastor Ian Bancroft. His father was pastor until he passed away 4 years ago. Loser has no other living relatives.
Renee pauses a moment, taking in the darkest of dark scenes.
Which brings up deep sadness within me. The thought of this man having no one close to him. I mean, family close, you know.
I think she's fallen asleep. Is that... Anyway, Simon adds to Renee's thoughts.
Bancroft chose this path of solitude, man. Such is the way of piety. Sorry, man, I got a really bad case of the munchies right now.
Pie. Renee absorbs his words even though she doesn't agree with the point of view. An individual should be able to live the way they choose within reason without any restrictions. The entrance of a moonskin woman with auburn hair, 30-lace boots, and red trench coat interrupts Renee's words by drawing the attention of everyone present. Victor goes slack-jaw at the sight. I think he was slack-jaw before, but that's just me. Simon steels himself for this new conflict. Look how the little ants scurry around their insignificant hill. The fires of damnation swirling around them. At the center of it all, the devil. Layla aims her index finger at Simon. Her green eyes dart in all directions, scanning the environment, taking note of all the exits the prey may use to escape. Her view is blocked by an angry specialist unwilling to back down to Bob threats.
Do you have some identification? If you don't, I can't allow you to access the crime scene.
Second, you allow this trust to do the talking for you.
Layla doesn't bother to look around Renee or use breath mints to address Simon, deciding instead to talk through her while staring dead in the face. Victor and Simon wait with mind-bending curiosity to see how Renee will respond.
In this society where women have fought to be raised above the level of subservient dogs, we don't allow anyone to speak for us.
Power to the people, Renee. Anyway, Layla lowers her head, dashing nose to nose with Renee. Close enough their lips almost touch. Ooh, this is getting hot.
Ew.
My only purpose in this cesspool of humanity is to execute the fallen disciple. Anyone who stands in my way will be laid to rest beside him. I'm only allowing you 3 seconds to clear yourself and those others who wish to live out of this holy place.
Layla grabs Renee's forearm the millisecond before she can grasp her pistol.
Time's up.
All right, everyone, Peter Griffin signing off. I'm handing the narration over to a burrito.
There is no stopping the force of Layla hitting Renee hard enough to knock her into Victor, sending them on a collision course with the pews, which collapse on impact. Surrounding specialists scatter in the noise and confusion. Renee raises her head away from Victor's chest, following a shocked view to the air behind her, where Layla, sword in hand, arches through the air upon them with death in her eyes. Believing these to be the last seconds of life, Renee has no other choice than to close her eyes in acceptance of this fate. In the darkness, time moves slow enough that she can hear the ticking of Victor's watch. Hearing strained grunts, Renee reopens her eyes to Simon, standing above, gripping the blade of the sword in his left hand.
Incarceration hasn't dulled your skills one bit, second, but it has enhanced your weakness for fools!
Layla's free hand jabs a knife towards Simon's right eye. He dodges quickly enough to get his cheek gashed, managing to keep hold of the sword despite repeated slashes and cuts from Layla's lightning barrage.
Run, dudes! Get everybody away from here now, man!
Renee and Victor watch the duo's dance of death as Simon guides Layla away from his friends.
We need to go! Renee!
Wanting to help Simon, Renee ignores her partner, drawing her pistol on Layla, ready to shoot. Victor pulls her up.
These people will die if we don't help them.
Renee hates loose ends, but tells herself she'll get another chance to even the score if Simon doesn't kill this witch first.
You're right, Victor.
Finding it hard to ignore the interplay of the warriors before them, Renee snaps to reality so they can herd the non-combat trained specialists to safety.
Come on, let's move!
She shoots one last look towards Simon, blocking the knife attacks with a solid grip on Layla's sword.
Unbelievable.
Turning to follow Victor to the fire exit door, she notices almost too late a young disciple in all black with a red cross on his shirt, brandishing an M249 light machine gun aimed right for the escapees.
Down now.
The barrel of the disciple's gun erupts in response. Victor squeezes off rounds in retaliation, jumping to cover, hitting the floor with the realization the woman he was protecting has been blasted apart by the gunfire.
Damn!
The disciple is unrelenting, shooting at anything that moves. Layla maneuvers Simon into the line of fire.
The cloak of death draws upon you. Second, relish these moments unlike any other before.
Simon rejects her perspective.
Death is the path for those who covet weak-willed ignorance, man. If I die today, it won't be by the hand of a hollow puppet with false ambition in her eyes, man.
So it looks as though Peter Griffin ate the burrito. But I see somebody else approaching. I think is that Betty from Kung Pao? I have come to narrate the last portion of the story. Get away from me. Simon drops to the floor, dragging Layla with him. The bullets grazing their flesh in the melee. He slams against the concrete before she topples on him. Wrenching the knife and sword simultaneously from her hands, following with a forehead bash to the nose. The blow sends blood raining. Without wasting a movement, Simon slashes across hidden chest armor, punches her in the stomach, then wraps his heels around her neck from behind. Got the dig chicks, man. The inertia smacks her head off the wooden armrest of the pew beside him, knocking her out cold. The disciple rushes to aid Layla, firing wildly in all directions. Simon twirls the knife in his palm, darting it into the ribcage of the attacker. Piercing through the disciple's flesh, the knife hits its mark. Victor takes the initiative, shooting him once in the hand to stop the gunfire, and twice in the knees to bring him down. Renee, already to her feet, rushes to ensure the disciple is incapacitated. The dust from fighting settles long enough for Simon to regain composure. Rising from the floor, he visually inspects Layla. For the time being, she is unmoving. Regrouping with Victor and Renee, he drives home the sense of urgency. Okay, so listen, Betty, I'm gonna need you to get out of here, because you're too loud and annoying. Shazam!
We gotta move quickly, man. There's no way to know how many more of them disciples are lurking, man.
Victor brushes himself off while his companions rush to the exit.
Hey! Wait up!
Maneuvering around the unconscious disciple, the trio bust into the open air outside the cathedral. Simon freezes in place upon spotting Gideon Killbuzz, standing like a sentinel across the street. Victor and Renee, unaware of the impending danger, keep moving until they see Simon stopped, unwilling to take his eyes away from Killbuzz.
Hide the drugs! Run for your lives, man! Don't look back!
Realization strikes Renee as to who the shadow of a man standing is. The Lord Inquisitor of the Royal Church, Gideon Killbuzz. She nearly mouths the words while thinking them. In an unwise moment of decision-making, Renee rushes Gideon. Victor, more than capable of level-headed thinking in this moment, grasps her around the waist, retreating to a nearby car to take cover and hide those drugs that Simon was talking about.
Get your head in gear, Renee! Killborn will cut you down without batting an eye.
Renee struggles against Victor's strong hold.
But Simon needs my help.
Like he really needs your help. Victor reels minutely in response for her statement. What happened to bring these two so close, he thinks to himself. The partners go silent when the rising tension and the road between Simon and Gideon envelops them. The only course of action remaining is to watch the events unfold. Gideon stands tall. The street is so quiet, the tightening of his black-gloved hands can be heard for quite a distance as he adjusts them over outstretched fingers.
My finest disciple, cavorting in the slum of world with commoners, your weakness knows no bounds.
Simon uses Gideon's, well, we'll call it monologue. That sounds like that kid from South Park. Time to his advantage. Streamlining his thoughts allows a flash of energy to flow unimpeded. Focus must be without flaw. So don't drink and drive, kids. From this point forward, one slip-up means defeat.
Never a single word of encouragement. Maybe you're to blame for my numerous failings, man.
Yeah, he's the one to blame. Gideon inches closer to back Simon into an unease.
Teacher can only take the unwilling so far.
Simon closes the gap, moving a few quick steps forward. Gideon raises an eyebrow in anticipation of his next move.
Before they hang out to dry your suit, I fucked up that whole line, man. Before they hang you out to dry to suit their own ambitions. You were always the master of getting under people's skin, Simon. So heed these words. Beyond this moment, there is no more hiding.
In the blink of an eye, Gideon vanishes. Renee gazes in disbelief.
Victor, did you see that?
Her partner nods, scanning the area for Gideon's whereabouts. Simon knows the attack is coming. But from where?
Always in your blind spot.
Gideon's voice projects into his ear from behind, and I think that's Grand Theft Auto projecting into my ear from behind. I'm not quite sure. Whipping around into an uppercut, Simon is blown back by the force. Before hitting the ground, Gideon leaps into the air, delivering a downward arc on stomp to Simon's ribcage, slamming his back against the concrete. Using the inertia, Gideon flips through the air, landing on top of a nearby car, light as a feather. Renee struggles hard against Victor, holding her tighter.
He's going to kill him without my help.
Yeah, thanks for that, Renee. Victor pressing his lips against her ear.
We'll all die if we jump into this unprepared. These guys are inhuman. We're out of our league here.
Damn it, Victor. Stand down.
Renee manages to break free by torquing Victor's arm.
Renee! No!